1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, Patrick.
Hello, William. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm struggling on.
You doing well? Where are we today in this lovely studio?
This is Clonard Monastery.
I love this. This is a nice wee touch,
Yeah.
isn't it? Before we start the show, we just have to give a wee word out to our sponsor,
Manscaped.
Manscaped. I'm trying not to fuck it up, but I'm going to. But yeah, if you need to just give your wee pipe just a wee freshen up, just get rid of all the hairs.
Why run about with a fucking Jerry Adams look upon your penis?
Exactly. We can go full Brazilian, fully clean, and not only do you get to shave it, you get the ball deodorant, you get the ball toner,
Oh, the toner.
and you get the nose trimmer.
Everything.
Everything, get it all. And even better, with the code Mudblood, you get 20% off.
20%.
20%.
Jesus, that's great, isn't
So
it?
that's Mudblood on Manscaped, 20% off.
Mudblood, 20% off.
Mudblood.
Shave your ballocks.
Yeah, how have you been this week, man?
Well, a wee bit struggling with my throat after Wednesday night.
Oh, you took on 6 men, that's right.
6 men at once, it was shocking.
Had a throat like a cream egg, Jesus.
No, I just took on Mickey Bartlett going by the poster. It was Paddy McDonald versus Mickey Bartlett.
Yeah.
I was like, are we fighting or are we fucking doing comedy? Man?
Why do people... So it is only ever you, by the way, that these gigs end up... And I know it's not you doing it.
Right.
But sometimes you're on a gig and it's like Paddy versus...
Yeah, Paddy versus. Do you remember the Paddy versus Paddy Raff?
Yes. Yes. How'd that guy wasn't on it? How'd it go?
It went well for me.
I do remember it.
I've never gigged with them again.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know who set it up. Because I did say that name when I walked in. I said to Paddy Raff, what the fuck was a crack rat? And he went, I don't know. I says, if I had knew it was going to be like that, we could have had a wee fight, like a promo fucking videos,
Aye.
sort of like Rocky training up and whatever. And he went, yeah, it would have been good. Never heard from him again.
But yeah, it was basically, it was called Paddy versus Mickey. It was just a gig in a beer tent for Derry's Oktoberfest.
It was just basically a bunch of people really blocked in a big tent, faping the bollocks themselves and screaming.
There's so many things happened at that gig, I'm going to struggle to recount them all.
I got a finger in my bum.
You got to finger up your hole after the show or before you went
Not
on?
completely up my bum, but it was heading that way, and you know I don't like anybody going near her.
Yeah.
But we'll not go into too much details about it, but I thought it was either you or Mickey, and then it turned out it wasn't.
That wasn't, like, it's a bit late in our relationship now for me to start sticking my finger up your hole.
Mudblood. So they've been watching this, and you know you done it. You know you done it. Now you have to live with yourself.
They're going to be running about being like, see him, stuck my finger clean up there.
Didn't, but only got to the start and then I pulled
They're
away.
wearing you like a wee puppet.
Do you know, like it was a Michael Jackson sort of move, sort of like a and I just and then they never got near. But they were going.
Aye.
So it had to be somebody who watched the show because we have spoke about that I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to be a fan of Mudblood to know.
That's savvy.
Your
Really
anal
doesn't like it.
preferences?
I really don't like it.
No.
So please don't.
What else? When we were posing at the end for the photo with all the girls in the Oktoberfest dresses, and we were all posing, Mickey had the liter of beer that he paid a tenner for, and Paddy just stuck his fingers right in it as the photo was being taken.
And that's why I thought it was him doing the thing.
Aye.
Because that's why I thought he was doing it. Because I done that.
Aye.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was dead funny because Mickey had been drinking these things right along, and then I came and that one was at the back, and I was sitting with it, and I was like, take my photo because I didn't even want one. I was offered one, and Mickey was like, don't. I paid for that one. I paid 12 quid for that.
And you stuck.
His face near dropped.
I was in fucking tears.
How
I had
much-
to walk away
how
from
much-
the photo.
How much is in money? Ian?
A liter.
A liter.
A liter of beer, and he just fisted it.
That didn't have stuck a finger out.
He was so angry that you done
Was
it. Though.
he?
I was in fucking stitches.
It's like when he opened Dave's bottle of champagne with his name on it Christmas. I did feel bad about
When
that.
did you're a bastard? When did
I
you do that?
feel
Did you do that deliberately?
Listen, we had went out and had cocktails that night, so I'm not drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Or hardly ever. But when I am drunk, I'll do things. And that was one of the things, and I regretted doing it. It was like somebody had give Dave a bottle of champagne, had his name on it, and somebody had it from a gig, and I didn't give it to him that night, and it was sitting there, and I was like, well, it's champagne, it's Christmas, let's drink it. And Dave came in and was like, did somebody open that? I was like, fuck. I didn't know his name was on it. But I did feel bad about it.
Was he unhappy about it?
I thought at the time he was, but no way when you're drunk you think everybody's nasty.
Aye.
And then I've seen him afterwards and he was like, no, it's alright, don't worry about it, no. But I know
He's
deep down
raging.
he's like, cunt.
Can't. See, to be fair, if I literally had my name on a bottle of wine or champagne and someone's opened it, I'd be like, you fucking dickhead. Because my
What are you
name's
gonna
on
do?
it.
Keep it forever?
Drink it to myself.
We went when we were kids. My mum and dad took us to Spain, and we went to like this champagne factory, and we all got given a small bottle of champagne that size because we were under the age of 10.
That's,
And my parents were like, yeah, but they knew we weren't going to drink it. Do you know what I mean? So my mum and dad were like, you can hold on to it until you're 18. So when we were kids, we always knew we had this thing that we thought was so special, this champagne. And it was in this bottle and it was in the cupboard, and it was like, once you're 18, you can open it. And our Andrea was the first to turn 18, and she opened it, and I was like, well, and she was like, it's fucking stinking. I don't even think I opened mine.
why'd they take children to a champagne factory?
It was Spain, and it was like on offer, and I think my mum and dad had 3 kids, and just chasing them around a pool all day probably was just tiring them out.
Listen, we're going to the champagne
Let's
factory.
just get on a bus and go up the mountain here. At least it'll contain them for fucking a few hours. So that's where I went. Like,
Oh, fuck me. What else happened out there? The guy getting thrown out, and that's the best I've ever seen anyone
the
get thrown out
guy,
of a gig.
I didn't see that, but the story you told me, it's funny.
He was just getting walked out by 2 security guards, but as he was walking, he was boking. And then walking in the boat.
Was he the same guy that fell?
It may have been.
Right, okay, because I thought you were talking about, but I did see the Pokémon one. The Pokémon was dead funny. It was just, he didn't even stop, didn't skip a beat. It
No.
was just marching while boking.
I'm like
And it was
walking the boat out.
Like physically, when I boke, I have to either
Stop.
brace myself or get in a position. He was just like getting marched out, just going, blah, 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 blah. And then everybody tripped on it. And the guy that you fucking picked on, because you called somebody a spastic in the front, right? So what basically happened, William was talking to this guy who was like literally there where the microphone is, and William was saying, what were you saying to him?
I was like, did you have any nicknames in school? He was like,
Did you have any nicknames in school? He's like, what? Right? So he was like, it's good to see I'm not the only disabled person in the tent while I was fucking rolling, right? But he fucking slipped on the going into the toilet, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I thought Bogs people were like, you were off on last day to him. I was like, he couldn't hear me when I was 2 feet from him, and I was the top right in volume.
I did say to him, are you alright? And he went, I can't believe he will talk to me, the cat.
He's not deaf.
He was deaf. That was what was wrong with him.
I'll explain why he didn't hear me then.
Yeah, it
That's
did. Yeah, he was trying to lip read and he couldn't see you. You need to use your
I
manscape
was
on
doing that.
your beard. You just seen Jerry Adams. So we dwarfed Jerry Adams, giving him
I
shit.
think all of us did Jerry Adams material in there as well.
Every one of us.
Every single one of us. And we all did an impression.
Yeah.
Mine's the worst because I can't do Jerry Adams.
But you look like him. You look like a bobblehead, Jerry Adams. You look like Sinn Féin chap would sell you in the thing, and it's just
Jerry
a,
Adams in
just a
big
wee thing
head
that you
mode.
put in the car, and it goes like this.
That's what we should do for Mudblood merch. We bobbleheads.
Wee bobbleheads. Wee Jerry Adams ones.
Yeah.
Connor Byrne bobblehead.
He's a shrewd businessman. He'll
Oh,
want
fuck
that fucking
you
merch.
will not get away with selling anything with Connor Burns' face on it.
No.
I wore the t-shirt once and he fell out at me for fucking 4 weeks.
Why?
Because I wore the t-shirt with his face on it. He wanted a £120 donation to the charity.
He's a fucking shrewd businessman.
100%.
Fucking Connor
charity?
White.
What's the charity, Connor? Never mind. Just give me the money and I'll give it to them. Hear me right, okay.
The Connor Burns
The
Foundation.
Connor Bryson, he's a library in his name in his house. It's a library in his house.
3 books in it.
Of four Playboys.
All stuck together.
The Connor Burns Library for disadvantaged people that live in my street. Where is it, Connor? It's in my room.
There's also that dairy gig, Mickey, you were on, and Mickey was like, do you want to go for a smoke? And I was like, aye, but I set my vape pen down. So I went to go back, grab the vape pen, and by the time I was outside, I saw Mickey was cornered by some big fucking massive cunt with face tattoos and neck tattoos, and he just had Mickey over in the corner. You could just hear, and I'm fucking here's thing lad. And I was like, I'll just wait till that's done. And I'll come out for a wee
It
flick.
was one of them gigs where you were scared to be amongst people.
Yeah, because the bigger this has gotten, the more intense people have gotten
Yeah,
when they see us.
Yeah. So it was like a wee guy came up to me and he was like, he came up to me and he's like, I fucking love the Mudblood, mate. And me do you? And he's like, fucking do you? All I do is fucking watch you all the time. And it got me sacked out of work and all. And I was going, fuck me. It got him sacked. I felt bad.
Why did he get sacked?
Because he was watching it in work. And I was like, fuck me, like, if you're sitting in your office and somebody comes in and he says, no, I've done work in an office. And Amy, where did you work? And here he goes, on a building site. I just kept disappearing and jumping into the van and fucking watching the Mudblood. And I was going, for fuck's sake.
Stick headphones in with.
What a fucking, do it in your lunch. Do you know what I mean? You can pause it. You don't have to, it's not like a game where you can't pause it, you know what I mean?
But also, fair play to him, mate.
Yeah,
That's dedication.
fucking,
Thank
that
you.
is dedication.
I'll not pay your wages, but I will give you a wee thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
It
was that kind of level
Yeah.
of people.
It was a fucking fantastic gig, though.
And then at the very end of the night, there was just this one old boy, right? So, do you remember your mum was like, come on over, I want you to meet these people, right? So we went over, met these fucking brilliant guys.
Yes.
And they were like, this fella, he says to me, yeah, oh, you've no idea. He says, see, when you done the fucking story about Grape Dick and your nickname, he says, I had nobody in the house and I needed somebody to laugh at me. So I run out and I found my sons. One's 13 and one's 15. And I says, you have to watch this, boys. He says, I just needed somebody to laugh at me. And the three of us laughed all night.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a class story. Like, so they were all sound, right? So we got our photos with all them guys and all. And I was saying to them, they were going, he's been trying to book you for 2 years and he couldn't get you and all. I was going, I'm not hard to get.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Send a wee message on fucking thing, whatever. And they were saying, why have you not? And I was like, I contacted every venue in Derry and nobody, like, I couldn't get
Anyone that come back to us?
even the guys at Sharon were trying to get a gig for me in Derry and I couldn't get anybody to come back. But that was dead on, so I spoke down and I was like, I'll bring you down to meet these other people. So he brought us down to meet the other people. It was all getting a bit mad. And then this one old boy just to the side took me away and he went, I'm old school. And I went, pleased to meet you, old school. And he was like, no, I'm old school. And he went, old school. And I went, okay. And he went, do you know what I'm saying? I says, old school. And he went, correct. And I went, see ya. And that's when the girls all, and I went, oof, I ain't going down there and get my photo because it was like, I don't know what he was trying to say, but it was mental.
He's just trying to tell you that he's old school. See all that new school shit? He don't run that.
He just kept saying it, and then he says, do you know what I'm saying? And I says, yes, and he says, old school.
See, that's the difference between me. I'm not clueless that someone would go, I'm old school, do you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, no, elaborate. What do you mean, sir?
No, I knew he wasn't making sense after 2 minutes, so I sort of went, no, I'll just let on to do, and then I'll just get out of there.
The old smile, the old Kevin Bridges bit of...
The real scary eyes
enjoy your
and the
night,
face,
mate.
it was, I'm old school.
I'm old school.
And I was like, okay.
That wasn't the only gig we've had since the last episode we recorded.
Right.
Because we haven't talked about the last week's one.
What one?
What do you mean, what one? Where we supported a notorious Rangers legend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you're not... No? Don't remember that gig at all?
Okay.
No, you don't remember warming up for Paul Gazza?
No, I wasn't at that.
No, you weren't at it, no? No?
You would have thought, right? Let me just elaborate.
You went full Jerry Adams. I was never at the Paul Gazza
You were
going
genuinely from... I'm not... This is one of the stories that came from it. I was working the other day and I seen a guy sitting with his son, right, at a diesel pump in a garage, and I come walking out and he was like, well, and I mean, well, I'm not saying his name. He's a guy I know a long, long time, Celtic supporter, right? And hear me, well, what's the crack? Here was nothing. His wee lad was eating a cream bun and I went, fuck me, I take that cream bun off him, he'll go out and fight me. He says, you're lucky I even put the window down to talk to you. And I went, what? And he says, you put a fucking picture up of fucking Gazza. He says, I was 2 seconds from blocking you. And I went, for fuck's sake, but... And here he was, no, fuck you. And I went, you serious? And he went, 100%. And just fucking drove away. And I went, he was fucking deadly serious.
Because you put up a photo with Gazza.
Yeah.
Despite everything else we've done on the show that...
The Gazza things just put it over the edge for him.
Child.
And then people going, he's a woman beater, he's a rapist, he's a... Fuck me. It was like...
Yeah.
Seriously, like, it was... It did get a lot.
For a second I thought you meant about you. I was like, gee, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, fuck, okay, I'm going to have the console on this show.
Gaza?
Yeah.
Well, I have worked for the BBC before, and I am going to work for them again.
Remember the time you showed up at Ralmo's shoot-off with some fish and sandwiches? But yeah, you got a lot of shit for
that goal I scored against Scotland was great too, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, like, fuck me. But probably the biggest of the whole thing was that there was a certain Mr. Who.
Yep, there was a certain individual who you've had back and forth with, who was at the gig.
At the gig. And it was like, do you know when you're sitting in school, in primary school, and Santa's coming in, and you see a glimpse at the corner of the thing, and you go to your mate, there's Santa, there's Santa. I done that with you.
You did, yeah.
Like, there's Bryson, he's come up for dinner, look. There's Jamie, Bryson, there's who you are, he's there. And then, obviously done the gig, and once it came off, and he wanted to get a photo, and he came over, and he put his hand out, and he says, listen, I've been fucking wrong about you, you're very funny, and he actually put it up on Twitter.
Nah.
Saying that, like, for him, like,
which didn't help your image then.
No.
After you thought the Gazza one annoyed
the
people.
the best comment, right? The best comment I've seen so far is right, was
I sound like a cow.
William the spastic and Paddy the wannabe prod.
Call me.
I have
William
to get
the
this
Spastic.
comment. I'm gonna get it.
Find that for me.
I'm gonna put it up, right? The spastic and the wannabe, wee William the spastic and the wannabe prod, Paddy McDonnell, and I fucking nearly wet myself because the Celtic supporting Republic of Ireland, fucking supporting fucking all his kids have Irish names, go to the Irish school,
Yeah.
wannabe prod.
Yeah.
I don't want to want to be a Catholic, but I don't want to be a prod either. Like, do you know what I mean?
Wee William the Spastic. I love how you said that as though that's something I've done on purpose.
What do you mean?
Became a spastic. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do that.
There's a lot of people do say to me, he puts that on.
I put on my no, I don't.
Your disability. I says, have you ever seen him play football?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because it's not.
He rolls the ball in. I got some comment in it.
Do you get people saying I put it on?
What's that?
I'm not.
Yeah,
Do you actually?
yeah. There's like, I used to get a lot of questions about Shane and Colin, right? But now, obviously, with us doing this, like, a lot of people will say to me, "Here you remate, like, what the fuck, like." The best one ever was somebody says to me, "He's not really a prod, like he couldn't be," and I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "He's not sectarian enough. There's no way he's a prod." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "Nah, you know what prods are like." And I was like, "Well, what do you think they're like?" He's like, "Well, they wouldn't do it with you. They wouldn't sit beside you even to do the fucking show." And I was like, "Fucking seriously?"
That's a more sectarian attitude.
Yeah. It's just the way people think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when people hear that you're disabled, I mean, it is, in a way, people do look at you and go, he's not disabled. You would be victim of one of them ones where somebody sees you parking and saying,
Oh, that has happened to me.
and people go, you can't, you're not disabled.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, you stupid fucking
Go
cunt,
and
nothing
look
to
at
do
the
with
badge.
you.
See, at that stage, like, you should just pace yourself or something. Or you should really go full on, no, like, fucking, the way they say in Tropic Thunder. Don't go full retard. You should go full retard. Like, you should just stand in front of them and go,
No, because that is putting it on.
no, but you know what I mean? Like, it's this.
Why does it sound
Is
like
this
one of-
enough fucking spastic for you?
Why would it sound like one of the Road Warriors? No, but yeah, that's always, people always go to me, it's like, you're not disabled, hi, because you don't like it. And I'm like,
Well, maybe that's a
Straight.
compliment in a way.
well, my knees still hurt. You're not depressed, hi, you don't like it.
You should have a comeback. Like, you should have something. Like, you know, is that right? I'm not disabled. Like, I'll tell you what flavour my windows was in school bus or something. Do you know what I mean? You should have something that's just that.
My usual comeback when people do it on stage, if I'm on stage, they'll be like, you don't look disabled. And I went, that's really ironic, because you're not disabled, but you fully look it.
I know, that's great. That's fucking great.
That's my usual comeback.
No, you should actually see if somebody does, but you should go, hold on, do you know what? I'm going to give you the badge because you look more disabled than me, you fucking dick.
I did that to Phil, I remember. There was a guy heckling me, but he was so drunk no one could understand him. I went, the ironic thing is, I have cerebral palsy. You sound like you have cerebral palsy.
That was great.
I need to put that clip up, actually. But yeah, I've always had that. And a load of people with cerebral palsy have had that. Because people think, unless you can't see it, then you must be sweet. But that's a fucker. It's almost, sometimes you're like, I wish I was a bit more visible with it.
Yeah.
Because then you'd get a bit more fucking help.
Yeah.
But then people are like, oh, he looks fine.
Yeah.
He looks fine. It's always 40 plus ma's are the ones that be like, you shouldn't be parking there. It's not your space.
Is that right?
It's always middle-aged women. Always.
Who have a problem.
Yeah.
See,
With the world.
Do you think they get to that age and they're fucking getting annoyed because they're...
I don't know what it is. All I know is when I worked in retail, whenever like a middle-aged woman would come in, I'm like, fuck no. Not saying they're all nasty, just the ones that were nasty were all that demographic.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's just that age, maybe just they're getting older. And
yeah. But old women are lovely.
But they've got past that stage.
Aye.
I think it's just that stage of life where you're getting older. I think men get to that age and they don't really give a fuck. They go, right, okay, I've got a belly now, I'm getting grey hair, so what?
I can't.
There isn't, well,
age.
apart from a few fucking maybe gangsters or something that go to Turkey and get their teeth done, their hair done, their fucking belly tucked in.
I'll be doing that. The fuck.
Will you?
If I've got money on me, 100%. I'll be like one of those like fucking face fully taped back. I'm 60, can't move it.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like face lifted. The fuck. I'll be.
Like your man that does, do you ever see The Entrepreneur? Somebody Smith? Is it Davy Smith?
I don't know.
And he goes on, and do you ever see him? No?
No.
He has the full white teeth and the permaton and the fucking hair slicked, and he's always in his fucking car or his fucking penthouse down at fucking the Odyssey, and he comes out and he goes, do you know what happens? I look in the mirror every morning. Know who I speak to? Not me, Tommy Smith or Davy Smith. I don't know what his name is, right? I don't speak to Tommy Smith. I speak into the universe because I am the universe. I am the universe because every morning I say to it, can this get any better? Can I get any better? I don't ask for more. I just say, can this get any better? And you know what happens? It gets fucking better. And more things come. Have you ever seen him?
Is he like an older dude, like Jack? Yes, I have seen him.
He had one the other day sitting in his Range Rover and he was like, do you know what happened to me? I came back to Belfast from Dubai. At that stage, I would like to be sitting in the window of the car going, and why did he get fucked out of Belfast? Right? And he goes, and I came back and I went in and out of businesses all over Belfast and all over the UK, and I get told, no. But look at me now, I'm sitting here now with all this money and all these apartments. And I'm like, fucking hell.
That's fucking
I want to do a video where it's me talking to him through his car window, so it keeps flashing back, and I'm just like, man, I only asked you not to park in a disabled spot. They want your fucking life story, you know what I
See
mean?
if someone every time around me like, I woke up this morning and I spoke to the universe. I'm like, mental. But
I
okay,
do speak to the universe every morning.
And the universe calls you want to be prod.
I normally get this here. It's sort of like, beep. Hi, I'm the universe. I'm not in at the moment. Please leave a message after the tone. And then I wash my teeth and go, fuck life, and go to work.
I can't get over people calling you a wannabe pro, because I get called a wannabe
pro. It has to be the best one of all of them. Like.
I get called a wannabe Fenian, like.
You are a wannabe Fenian.
I do.
I get that.
I don't.
Everybody wants to be Fenians now.
No, I don't.
Like you go into Thompson's Garage.
I don't need Catholic guilt.
Listen,
why do I need that?
I've been in Thompson's Garage where there's a wee guy knocking out First Holy Communion in the fucking toilets in Thompson's Garage. And fucking all the wee orange men trying to get in. I want to be a fucking pig. And he's like, fucking sure, no way. And all, you can get a half.
So your first mistake is the guy working in Thompson's toilets isn't fully African there, so that's why I don't believe you.
No, I didn't say he was working in Thompson's. I just said he was giving.
Oh, he was in them. He's just there.
He's giving out
Holy
Communion.
He was working there.
No, he's knocking out Holy Communion and converting people.
To be fair, enough of those communions, you will speak to God.
Oh, yeah.
But that is, man. Because most of our fan base, like most of them are lovely, it's cross community, and they're like, we love what you're doing. But we do just get a few who get the wrong end of the stick and assume this is like the most sectarian show ever.
Do you think so?
So I think some people really do.
Think that it's just us.
So think it's us being like...
See, you have to get... Why did I get a photograph of Jamie Bryson? Here we go. Here's the first. Do I agree with what Jamie Bryson has to say?
100%.
Well, it's quite obvious over the years, right, with the spates and the wee arguments and the wee to and fro that we had on there, that I don't agree with what he says, right?
Yeah.
But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The point about it is, I don't want what I believe in to affect you or somebody that doesn't want the same thing I want or I would like. Nor would I want to see fucking another 30 years of fucking blood and shooting and ballocks and bombs and all that there, because God is fucking nowhere, right? So, what have I learned? I've learned if you're nice to somebody and they're nice back to you, they're alright.
Yep.
Don't have to agree with everything they do.
Yeah.
Right? If Freddy Krueger came in here and spoke to me and was nice and didn't try and cut my head off, I'd be nice to him. Now, what he does outside there, that's a different fucking matter if he kills two people.
What he does in dreams, that's not a man
No,
concern.
but I mean, if he goes over, do you know what I mean? It's what I'm trying to say is, everything that he does didn't mean that I fully support it because I stood in a photograph with him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that he went on Twitter and admitted that what he said over the years he was wrong and that I'm actually decent act and funny and a decent guy, I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's a first step to me.
And how I would see it too, because obviously, like, I met him as well. I don't agree with him, But
you frequently meet them, that's the difference. Like, it wasn't anything new. Like, you have them meetings.
We're always in the same meetings and stuff. It's weird seeing them at the Balaclava. But my point is, even if you disagree with someone, even as viciously as it may be, I still think you can still get them round a wee bit to your way of thinking through a discussion. Who are you going to listen to more? Someone calling you a fucking stupid cunt, or someone going, I understand your point, but here is what I think.
Well, I sort of think we haven't got anywhere in this country because people kept themselves to their own community and their own people who had the same ideas as them, right? If you need to understand somebody, like if your neighbour's a complete cunt, sometimes you don't just go in and headbutt him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I love how you preface that with sometimes.
You understand them, try and understand them, and then from there, you maybe can work it out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. And yes, we will have Jimmy on. I know people say it to me during the week, if you get him on, that's it. Like, I'm turning off. Well, if you turn off, you turn off. The point of Mudblood was, get me in a room. Not the best or the most Fenian or the most anything. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just somebody who was christened a fucking Catholic and is Irish.
Yeah.
And were you christened?
No.
Right, so how do you even know you're a prod?
I was raised Protestant. I was raised Protestant background. Like.
Right, okay. So
being a prod it's different than, it's the church isn't really involved. There's two kinds of prods. There's the ones that do go to church and they're all the very well-to-do, the ones who speak like that. And then there's the other prods, the working class prods, and no one goes to church.
Right, okay.
So I mean, the religious element really isn't a part of it.
That's what I mean. Like, fucking hardly any Catholics go to mass anymore.
Yeah.
So, for it to be a religious thing is a fucking lot of
When it comes down to it, the biggest difference between me and you is we were born 30 minutes down the road from each other.
No, well, you had cerebral palsy and I didn't.
I meant from the... You had something, though. I don't even, Paddy, I put it on.
So you do put it on?
Yeah, I put it on.
So this
is my Lance Armstrong tape. I've put it all on.
Does William take performance-enhancing drugs? Yes. Because I'm telling you now, the last time I seen him rolling that ball and it wasn't at that speed.
Got to take some performance-enhancing drugs back in the house. Roll a big fat performance-enhancing drug.
It got very deep, but it did get deep because of what way it went. Yeah, to get threats and to get people going, fuck you and unfollowing you. Look,
I just happy it was you for once.
Yeah. You normally do get the shit, to be honest with you.
Genuinely, do you know why it doesn't bother me? Because underneath anyone giving us shit is about 5 people sticking up for us. And I'm like, okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it is. It is good that way. But no, that's my take on it. And people, do you know what I mean? I've watched Nelson Mandela. He fucking kept all the white guys in as his bodyguards and all. So if he can do it, I can fucking meet Jamie Bryson, alright? I'm like the Nelson Mandela from the weight rack. I'm like Nelson Mandela if you ordered it from Wish and then got it sent back and then got a copy from fucking India.
What's your favourite Nelson Mandela quote, Paddy? Let me out of here, you bastards.
No. I was locked up for 3 decades.
Is he still? Oh no, he's dead, isn't he?
I hope so, they buried him. Although Jerry Adams carried the coffin. Do you remember there was a there was murder because he did.
Normally is when he's involved, to be fair.
All these black orange men were in Africa going mad. Well, why have you get Jerry Adams carry on your coffin?
Dirty Fenian bastard.
Your Fenian fucker.
His eyes are too close together, fucker.
No, he did. He carried the coffin.
Celtic bastard.
He's not even. He doesn't even like Celtic.
Doesn't it?
No.
Nearly a good man. How long have we done there, Sean?
28 minutes.
28 minutes. Yes, I wanted to tell you about this, right? So, there's somebody I work with, and they're into all the conspiracies, right? And we were sitting today, this only happened today, and he was like, here, I bet you didn't know this, right? Because no, I come out with mad ones, right? And I mean, what is it? And he says, did you... That's what it was. I was telling him about... Do you ever see the photograph of Tupac walking past the guy with the Celtic tap and then he gets shot?
No, I have not seen that.
Right, so there's Tupacs walking past the guy with the Celtic tap and then he gets shot 2 hours later. But somebody had it up and says the Raz shot Tupac and it's just your man standing with a Celtic tap and he walked past him and it was the night he was killed, right? So I was telling them about it and they were like, bollocks. So they put it up and I got it up on the screen and showed them. So we seen it and they were like, holy fuck. I've never seen that before. And I was like, yeah, so somebody come up with this conspiracy theory that it was the Rash shot Tupac, right? And if you were going to go and shoot Tupac, you wouldn't be sitting in a salary tab sticking out in the fucking middle of everybody.
Yeah.
So then one of the other ones came in and he says, what are you talking about? And I told him, and he says, I heard about that there. He says, it was a wee stupid thing, but I seen it. And I mean, ours the photo. So I showed him the photo and he went, right.
Can we not get it up on this?
And he said, then he says, do you ever see the conspiracy theory that the Orange Order killed JFK?
I've never heard anything close to that.
Never have I. And I was like, that needs to be a Netflix fucking special.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I haven't Googled it yet because I wanted to wait and see. Right? So we'll Google it after we record this. But apparently JFK's driver was in the Orange Order and he was involved in the murder. Now, that's the first I've heard about it today. I haven't Googled it.
I was got any evidence or sources or anything?
Send them in. If any of our listeners knows about it, send it in. We're going to Google it after the show. But I was like, that has to be, of all the conspiracies I've ever heard, right? The Tupac one with the Sally Top was a bit of a meme and a joke, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they're thinking that the Orange Order got JFK whacked, it's fucking mental. Because when did JFK get shot? Do you know what year it was?
I'm going to say it's 67.
So would it be, say it is...
In the round that time, I know
say
I'm
it
not
is
right.
67. The trouble started here in 69.
Yeah.
So technically then JFK getting whacked started the trouble.
That's what started it all.
I do remember houses having JFK's picture in the house.
It's because he was Catholic.
Yeah.
He was big.
I do remember.
He was Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember houses having that.
Yeah.
When I was younger. Not recently. I do remember when I was a kid, like going to maybe a mate's granny's house or an aunt's house or something, and you would have seen an odd JFK picture, and I would have went, "Who the fuck's your man?" And they were like, "It's JFK," and I was going, "Well." And then we done about it in school, in secondary school.
Who do you who would you think killed him? Who do you think killed him?
I think the Mafia done him
That's
in.
what I think too.
I think the Mafia done him in because they helped him get voted in.
And then he was like,
and then he
I'll get
fucked
rid of
them
you.
over. Yeah.
Everyone who I know people look deeper into it and shit. I'm like, that's the most plausible.
I've watched The Sopranos and I've watched pretty much every gangster movie. And if you fuck over the fucking Mafia, you're going to get whacked, aren't you? Like, that's what happens.
I would love to see you on Question Time or something, like debating this with someone. You're like, listen, I've seen Goodfellas, right? I know what I'm talking about.
we were sitting on Shane's show the other week and I said, like, it was only recently I found out that the Sistine Chapel isn't the 16th chapel.
You're full of things like that.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, why did he paint the 16th one? Why didn't he paint the 1 to 15? And then I says, your man painting the ceilings, and they couldn't get over it. I called him your man that painted it. And I went, he is that famous I don't need to say his fucking name. Do you know what I mean?
Was it Da Vinci did it? I don't know who painted
It's
it.
your man.
Your man?
Your man, the painter.
Who did paint this? Was it, or not?
I love the fact that he doesn't know, and you're
Do you
double
know?
doubting
I
yourself.
thought it was Da Vinci. Michelangelo. I don't know. I'm
it
allowed to not
Donatello?
know. I'm not going to be.
Michelangelo was my favourite turtle. Like,
They're
it
all
must have
in.
been dead easy for him to paint it in the shell. Jake Splinter kept turning up and going, "What are you doing?" And the rest of them turned up with pizzas and skateboards. Yeah. The Pope was like, "These fucking turtles flying about the 16th chapel. No wonder I couldn't let you paint the first to 15th. You fucking turtle bastards." Fucking teenagers.
Oh, the Ninja Turtles killed JFK. Look at
One of
that,
the
guys.
Ninja Turtles painted the ceiling at chapel. How did he do it with the wee fucking stupid fingers that he has? Like 3 fingers.
I won't lie to you. I've never really watched Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I don't
mate,
really
have
know
you
what
not-
you're talking
If you
about.
like wrestling, you'll love that.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, mate, you'll love that.
If you like it, you'll love the Ninja Turtles.
100%. It's like wrestling only in a cartoon.
Oh fuck! What were you like? Because you're a good few years ahead of me. What were your cartoons in the day? Because mine were like
He-Man
Spider-Man.
was probably one of the biggest
He-Man's fucking powerful.
He-Man, and then Thundercats. Fuck me. That was like...
I have only seen Thundercats looking back, and they are the most flamboyantly gay superheroes in terms of design I've ever seen.
Oh,
They're all like
Thundercats-
shredded.
Thundercats were massive.
They're like big, massive strong men wearing like wee bras and like wee thongs. I'm like, what is this show?
He-Man, that, then Bravestar. Bravestar was class.
What's that?
It was like he was like a cowboy that could morph into different animals. So like Speed of the Puma, you know, Wings of an Eagle and all this here, Brave Star. It was like a futuristic cowboy thing.
Aye.
It was good.
Do you ever watch old like kids cartoons back when you were young and catch a load of jokes? And
Not
be like,
only,
that's
not only
filthy.
the kids, there was one back, like, it's like kids' TV from when I was younger cannot be shown anymore.
No.
It's so inappropriate and fucking also, you really do realise how much paedophilia was involved in fucking people that made TV. There was a cartoon called Master Bates in Captain Pugwash. It was a parrot thing.
I've seen Captain Pugwash.
And Master Bates, he was on Master Bates. The young boy wanks you. That was what the whole... Your mum was done paedophilia. They'd fucking done the cartoon.
Was he actually?
100%. Now you can check that out.
I think we do have to fact check most of the things
Master
you say.
Bates and Captain Pugwash. It's about abusing kids.
Is it?
That's why you don't see it no more.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I always just assumed it was
Master
like...
Bates. For fuck's sake.
No, I get the joke.
The wee boy.
But I'm just...
The wee boy Master Bates. The wee boy Master Bates.
Is it not just fair to call someone Master Bates?
The wee boy Master Bates. The wee boy Master Bates. It's a fucking pedo.
Is he on loop? It doesn't mean... Like, I haven't seen it, right? But if your only evidence is a young character is called Master Bates, that's just funny.
The start of it goes, young boy Master Bates.
That's funny. Unless the next scene is him wanking
do you know
an old
what's
man
funny?
up.
Do you know what's funny? That's Show My Kids the Mudblood podcast from their fucking 1 to 3.
Hey, they shouldn't be watching.
100%.
Yeah, but we're not doing...
Let me... No,
we're not doing it
I would let them stick on Mudblood before I'd let them watch. Here's young boy Master Bates.
But loads of kids shows, like, when I was younger, they had to put in, like, adult jokes.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the tale? 100 left the kids were mad.
We need to find out if that guy's a pedo. Sorry.
Right.
Because you've just called the man a pedo.
He is a fucking paedophile.
What's his name?
Peter. Peter
pedophile.
Is this the same thing, going to be the same thing as your man from a PD who you called a pedo and then he got fucked out at PD because he wasn't a pedo?
That's different. That was being drunk and thinking somebody looked like somebody. That's different altogether. That was my problem. I was drunk and I'm not drunk now. That's a common knowledge thing about that fucking cartoon. That's why you just don't hear of it anymore.
There's loads of, like, Cow and Chicken and SpongeBob, they all have, like...
He watched all that shit.
Yeah, and they would put those jokes in because you had to get, like... They knew adults were choosing what kids were watching.
Yeah.
So the logic was, if we put in stuff that adults will laugh
watch
at,
it, yeah.
kids
Yeah,
will watch
they'll
it.
keep it
Rocco's
on.
Modern Life is one of the dirtiest fucking TV shows ever.
Is that right?
There's scenes where they're like, he's like looking in his neighbours and they're just fucking. Like, you don't see them fucking, but like, that's clearly what they're doing. There's so many of them, blow you away.
Right.
But there is loads of pedos in kids shows,
Right.
and you only seem to find out like 20 years
Captain
later.
Pugwash, you called it.
I know. Do you know what? You really rack my internet. Like history.
Young boy Master Bates and all here.
Well, use your head.
But
Don't
even
put that in.
Type in Captain Pugwash pedophilia and like...
Just go, was the creator of Captain Pugwash a paedophile?
You can't be that, like...
That's a
Yeah.
question. You putting in young boy masturbates pedophile
Makes it worse.
That's kind of your fault.
And see, even if your mom wasn't, he was maybe putting shit like that into his computer and then got himself in trouble. My cartoon was on. I didn't even realise he was doing it.
Imagine he didn't. And he's like, "You've called him masturbates." You're like, "What? His name's Davy Bates. What's wrong with that?"
His dad owns a skip company in East Belfast. for all your skip needs, ring 02890. All the nuts.
I think he was going to call that company Mr.
All the
Bates
nuts.
first, and then
I
was
think
like,
it was all
"I
the nuts,
can't."
isn't it?
But like, your childhood was full of pedos,
Thanks, mate.
like on TV.
Is this an intervention? Is it?
Yeah. It's not an intervention. You're not.
Why?
addicted.
Because I'm a Catholic? You think everybody's a pedo?
It's not an intervention. You're not addicted to pedos.
There's nothing. I can't find nothing about your mom being a pedo. But it says about loads of the character names from it.
Right, read them out.
So there's Master Bates.
Right?
There's also Seaman Staines.
Yes.
Semen stains. But that's funny.
No, but
No, and there's also Roger the Cabin Boy.
Ah!
what is it, like a carry-on movie for fucking kids?
Yeah. What, for kids or for fucking carry on fucking kids? But I think that's just in you. I don't think that's enough evidence to go all of these all the people on the show were
genuinely
pedophiles.
there was something to do with it, and that's why it was cancelled. Like it was like thing. The best one is, do you ever see the one, and it, obviously Rainbow? Do you remember Rainbow?
Yes, Zippy. I hated that.
Right, well, see when they done the one, do you ever see the one he goes, he's peeling a banana at the start of it, and he goes, 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin, 4. And the other one comes in and goes, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm just playing with my skin. And then he goes, what are you doing? He says, I'm playing with my plucker or something, right? And then he goes, I've been up plucking my plucker all night. And then he goes, Bungle, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in there. Jeffrey's playing with my balls. You ever seen this?
No.
It's like,
What?
put in Rainbow.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You've seen it?
I haven't seen it. But that's, I think, like back in those days, I think it was like, you're just seeing what you can really get away with.
They really did in that one. Like that one's really like, but him peeling a banana going 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin.
That's what, because kids are never going to get that.
Oh,
that's
they are.
That's very
I
funny.
remember as a kid going, go say 4 skin, you can't.
you were 3, smoking, watching Rainbow. Go on, no balls, Zippy. No balls.
Drinking a bottle of cider, which I will get a fucking photo to prove it, on the floor of the fucking house,
seen that.
smoking, going, go on, you cunty Jeffrey, you bastard.
Man, that Bungle's a dirty bastard.
What can I say? The falls was rough. And it wasn't our TV, it was the neighbour's TV across the road, but with no windows because we were Fenians. Because you broke them off with
Is that why you want to be a pro, so you can get windows?
Come and get glass, because the pros used to break all our windows. So they did.
Oh, fuck me. How did we end up down that? Like, see, back in your day, was like Jimmy Savile in your day?
Yes, big time.
Was that, and I want to know, right? Because when I found out he was pedo,
I watch it now, right? And I seriously go to myself, how in the good name of fuck? How in the good name of fuck nobody went, keep that smelly perverted bastard away from kids.
Yeah.
Like, he run about in string vests and we fucking Daisy Duke fucking shorts. Do you know what I mean? And nobody fucking went, he just looks, like, see if somebody was like that now, you'd go, he's a creepy, smelly old bastard.
it's like that bit of material Gaddis used to do, where it's like,
Yeah.
if I had to draw a paedophile, it would be Jimmy Savile. Like, how did you not know?
Like, genuinely it was there, and like, I'm fucking groping that wee girl on the fucking top of Paps and all.
I've seen that. Have you ever seen the compilation? And it's mainly comedians who do it, who make like really, really, really sly references to it. And it's only all came out like years later.
It's fucking
There was
well,
one
Johnny
of-
Rotten just came out.
Oh, he went for it?
He just came out and went, yeah, but fucking
I think
Jimmy's.
he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'd like to kill him.
Yeah.
There's one where it's Skinner and Badil, and it was their World Cup show they used to do in the 90s. And they used to do a skit where Skinner would be dressed up as Jimmy Savile, and he would recap the matches, but he would just go, Germany, and someone wrote in and was like, oh, when will you be, my daughter used to love that slot, will you be having it back? And Frank Skinner goes, he'd fucking love her slot too. And everyone goes like, even all, you can see like all the producers are like, oh, Jesus Christ.
we're
And
can't-
Skinner's even sitting there like, I shouldn't have said
Fucked
that. So everyone knew,
Yeah.
but when you look at how deep his connections, like, he had Christmas dinner with Thatcher twice. Christmas dinner on Christmas
Jake, she was a
Day.
pedo, or she knew what was going on?
I think she knew what was going on. There was a member of her cabinet, and I can't remember his name, so I'm not even going to attempt to
Yeah,
say who
he
it
was in that big ring, yeah.
He was really bad. He was actually Leon Britton. It was Leon Britton. He was the Home Secretary at the time.
He was the one taking the wee girls and the wee boys out of the homes.
into the homes. He would.
Yeah, and take them away and they wouldn't come back.
No, yeah, exactly. So it was Leon Britton. Now, the thing that's important about that was he was a member of the cabinet. He was actually presented with a dossier made by the Met Police
About who
with
they
a
were
list of
investigating.
people who attended this house. A list of celebrities and a list of like politicians being like, we have proof these guys are paedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was, Leon Britton was in it, in the actual dossier, but he used an alias.
Right.
So they're basically presenting this guy
With the
evidence of you're a pedo. So he got rid of it. He threw it away.
And he got rid of all. He told all the ones who he knew.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a fucking Lena Judy story. Then.
I swear, and this, you
But I
look
think
this up. This is common
obviously,
knowledge.
and all them programs will take references from.
Real life shit.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
they will. They
But
will.
that's, I
Like
remember.
Jeffrey Epstein. He definitely was fucking. He definitely had people. He was basically getting people caught. I would say he had secret cameras and had photos and all of them people. And then once you get powerful people then you can fucking manipulate. And I think Maggie
100%.
Thatcher probably knew what was going on and let it by ball just to keep in power or whatever.
It wouldn't be like Thatcher to do something a little bit sneaky like that, would it?
She was a fly cunt.
I look back, I think she was autistic. See, when you look back at her policies and be like, and I don't mean this in like slagging her way. I mean like, she could not see any way or any viewpoint that wasn't hers.
I think she just came from nothing, and I think somebody that gets to be that powerful from nothing will have tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's just it.
And as much as I don't like her, this is the thing with politics. We're getting deep. Like, I don't believe in absolutely hating everyone. Like, foreign policy, excluding here, but like with America, I thought she was strong in that regard. Like, it's not good to have a leader who's inflexible, but also one who will go.
Oh, she's not taking
fuck
no
yourself.
Shit. Aye.
It's called the Iron Lady for a fucking reason.
If I was a business owner from England,
Yeah.
a very wealthy man,
You'd love her.
I'd have thought she was the best thing from sliced bread.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Same way as you can't say anything about Winston Churchill, but was an absolute cunt.
He was, but you'd also point out the time he was in charge, you kind of needed a fucking cunt. You needed a ruthless bastard.
Yeah, I know.
In
But
World War II?
I think for people to stick him on a £5 note and say, oh, he's a hero when he killed millions of fucking Indians.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, really? Come
But
on.
and then here's the thing where historical context comes into it. It's like the way they say World War II was done to save the Jews. The anti-Semitism was rampant in Europe anyway. Nobody really liked the Jews.
No, even
Churchill fucking hated them.
Even in London, like, they wanted rid of them because they were the rich people and they were the ones with the money, and
Yeah.
they had their sort of own sort of thing.
Own communities.
They were like,
and their money could stay in the
the
community.
Jews probably sort of like, in a way, would have went against the Masons. The Masons were like rich businessmen, and Jews wouldn't have wanted to be part of that or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was sort of get all that.
But
Sure,
it's
we're getting a
what
bit
I
deep
love
on
about
this.
Churchill is how they always.
It's the Mudblood. We're getting a bit fucking deep for a fucking...
This went into paedophile rings into politics and stuff.
Went from cartoons, actually. we went from people slabbering because I got a photo of Jamie Bryson into cartoons, and then from cartoons till a chapel getting painted in Rome by turtles. And
Did you see Nigel Farage set up a rap?
I did see Nigel
for a
Farage set
tenner.
up the rough.
For a fucking tenner.
I'll do it for 5.
Go do it.
No. Let me see the money.
There's actually a
Pick it
tenner.
up, you slut.
Stick it in his trunks. Stick it in his trunks, and he'll say up your for his hole. His arsehole into the camera.
Gee, that's on the Patreon, bro.
If you did do that, you would lose your DLA.
If I got my ass into the camera.
If you were able to get your arsehole to say up your they would take it off you and just go, fuck that.
That's what I do into the meetings. You just go in.
What's your
spread
special?
eagle.
When you're going for a job, what's your special talent? My hole can say up the ra.
We may do some questions because I think we're just deliriously tired because this has been the most nonsense. I've enjoyed it, but also the biggest, most nonsensical episode ever.
You must say that to all the birds you have sex with. I've enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but it's been nonsense. None of it's made sense or been coherent.
And
but
then
I've had
she goes, what's your hole set up a rat? Freak me out.
fun. What are we on there, Sean, just before I take some questions?
Like 15 minutes.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck me, this is fleeing.
Do 2 questions, then
Yeah.
we'll go home.
Oh my god. We'll get the Winston Churchill boys on us now. We're just alienating everybody. Right, so this is the we post the put up for questions.
Right? Oh, fuck me.
Sorry, some of these questions are mad.
Do you want me to read them?
Do you want to read some of them? Because I can't stop laughing. The fourth one in. I'm
Do
not
any of
answering-
you two have any favourite... This is from G.M. Murphy. So obviously G. Murphy. Any favourite childhood games you remember playing? Spin the Bottle was good.
Spin the bottle.
Yeah. Did you play that? Kissy Cats? Did you ever play Kissy
Yeah, I played
Cats?
Kissy Cats, yeah. I was a fat wee bastard. I never caught anyone.
Did you that?
Nah,
You never got to kiss your mates?
no.
Answer the one your mom said about Squid Game.
Second question, Scott Lorney. Any chance of Paddy Raff doing support for Civil War? It's
Maybe.
more than welcome.
If he wants to, yeah.
You want to do it? Come on ahead, Paddy. If you could change one aspect of each other's lives, what would it be and why? make William skinny when he was a kid so that he could catch people and kiss them.
Yeah.
Because then he wouldn't be a heartless cunt that he is now.
I'd make Paddy skinny now so I don't have to sit beside him in the van.
It's not really. It doesn't really make sense. Opinions on pagan. My
That's what I
mate
was laughing
Nathan
at.
says it's class and I should try it. What's your opinion on it? Do you know what?
Have you ever pegged? You ever
No.
been pegged?
No. And I actually didn't know what pagan was until like 2 years ago. Genuinely didn't know. And then
How'd you find that?
one of them stupid fucking things where somebody sends you a video and it was like Peggy Mitchell, right? So
EastEnders writers, paedophiles.
she had died or something, and somebody sent me Peggy Mitchell, and it was a fucking guy that looked like one of the Grant their fucking Phil or something, and he was getting pegged by some bird. But it was over the top of it was Peggy going, "Get out of my pub!" And I was like, "What the fuck was that about?" And he was like, "Pagan," and I was like, "What the fuck's pagan?" And he's like, "Some girl ramming it up your arse," and I was like, "How does she do that?" She sticks a fucking strap on. Oh right, okay. So that's how I found
Well,
out
they
what it
don't
was.
like that. It
What
won't
the
unlock, it's
fuck?
not your face.
Look at his fucking phones.
It's Jim Wells.
You're not fucking Wells.
It's funny.
Right, go read.
Sorry. Is there anywhere you can get the first few episodes of the podcast? They're not
No,
on YouTube.
we don't show them because they were Ballocks.
No, they're on Spotify, but that's
Oh,
the
are
only place
they?
you can get them.
Right, okay.
They're probably some of the most popular ones. Are
Is that
those.
right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But the video quality we didn't show because the video quality was terrible
Right,
because it was
okay.
me doing it on my phone. Are Kieran and Mickey Bartlett related? Yes, they're cousins. Aren't they? Or second cousins? They are related.
Kieran's his dad.
Jay, don't know why I threw me.
It's his dad and his cousin.
Yeah.
It's only his dad from the front.
Jay Beeson wants to know who would win the fight, Jordy Robinson or Paddy?
Jordy, definitely.
I would take Jordy in a fight. Let alone
Would you?
fucking you. Yes.
And he rolls the ball in football.
You go off after 10 minutes because you've gout.
I didn't go off after 10 minutes. I played a full half, remember? And I only hurt myself, and that's why I went off.
We gout knees. Jamie Patton, when is the Mudblood podcast tour starting? We need to
Work at it.
work out. We will, once it's happening, it is happening, when we have finalised dates, we'll announce it. ASAP podcast, if there's an East versus West Belfast Squid Games, what would the games be?
I
Kirby,
haven't
definitely.
watched this.
Have you not?
No.
Well, I'll not explain it to you.
Right. Next question.
Okay. Rodney Boyd, can you explain what Patreon is? You mention it every week, but I'm not sure I know exactly what it is.
It's the political wing of the IRA.
Yeah, no, right, so... but that's just Sinn Féin. Patreon
Patreon!
is
Join
a subscription
Patreon.
service where you basically pay us money for extra content. People generally don't know what it is, so I will explain it first.
Could you imagine Jerry Adams on Patreon?
I am certain he is on it. He's on everything else. So it's a subscription service that you... You alright. You pay £2-3 a month and you get extra podcasts and extra stuff. We haven't started it yet, so don't worry about it. The page is set up, we just haven't uploaded.
When
you know.
Jerry dies, you can just have like a full-blown library of video evidence of Jerry Adams like making bombs. And
You're just
cocking
determined to lose all
guns.
your West Belfast
Is it?
support, aren't you?
It's just like, today on Patreon.
For $1 or £2 per you can see the behind the scenes photo of me making my famous Irish stew.
The one with no onions.
Mark Miller, when are you going to get an all singing, all dancing, proper studio like Geddes and Todd rather than a shed? Whenever we're making the money that Geddes and
Who
Todd...
said that?
Mark Miller, all singing, all
Mark
dancing
Miller.
studio.
Mark Miller. Fund as you cunt. Fucking get the money out. Get your man that makes him Tommy Smith or Davy Smith. I want to see him. The man with the fucking moolah coming up and going, I woke up this morning and looked in the mirror and went, you know what I need to do? I need to fund Mudblood podcast because the universe, yes, me, Tommy Smith fucking said it. That's what will happen. Then we'll have a big fucking studio and fucking... How much do you fucking pay to watch it? How much does he fucking pay to watch it?
Paddy,
No, to do.
we need an all singing,
Mark,
all
do you know what?
dancing
I'm sorry we
studio.
don't have a big fucking studio and we're doing it in fucking porta cabins and fucking saunas and people's wee bars and made out the back. But we'll do it for fuck all and we'll do it for nothing, alright?
We do it for the love of the
I'll
people
give you
who
back.
fucking hate us.
Here. Here's your fucking money back. Here's your fucking change, you cunt.
You've went full Stone Cold Steve Austin. You little New Weasley wetneck, son of a bitch. What is the Emmett Waters? What is the lads' actual desire for their future outcome and what they're doing at the moment? As big as I could possibly get. So that's my personal. Just as much money, as much success as possible. What's your ultimate outcome?
Not thinking.
Mine is to get an all singing, all dancing
Studio.
like Gaddis or Tall.
Like a dance studio. Oh.
Welcome to the Mudblood.
Our butler, hi. Flash dance.
That's why you couldn't have it. You couldn't get that you couldn't get that fucker to go home. He'd just be doing Swayze dances all around it.
Oh, lover boy.
I'll fuck him.
What if he still doesn't answer? Are you Dennis
He's never done dancing, that wee lad, is he?
What?
Butler?
What do you mean he's never done dancing?
Never done dancing.
Oh, he's never done. I was
doing
gonna
it.
go. What the fuck you talking about? He's always dancing.
That's what I mean.
The best one was like Ernest Mass back in front of the Conservative. Next minute he was riding a camel.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that even about?
Curtis Regan, would you want to know how you're gonna die or when? No. Why would you want to know that?
Just maybe, so that you can change your trunks or something.
How are you planning to die? You're changing your trunks?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I think that's the only question we've got left.
Right, we're done.
Yep, that's us. Any gigs to plug?
I'm in the Empire.
When?
Tuesday.
What time and where can you get
Tuesday night, October 19th. This will probably not be out in time.
This will probably be out Sunday-ish.
Right. Tuesday night. Tickets will probably be all sold.
Forever the salesman.
Listen, people know where to get me.
That's always, just good to get the wee plug in. I don't think I've...
Doing 5 a stage on Thursday night, my Jack Leisure Centre, 7 o'clock. If anybody wants to come watch, I'm not that good, but...
You play for that?
Well, no, but I mean, I've nothing else to promote. I was just trying to promote something.
Fair enough. I was going to come watch it.
A big gag of loads of people turned up the way Jack Leisure Centre, 7
Paddy playing, is it?
They're going, they all seem pretty fit. Like, there's no fat guy walking about. Oh, there's a guy rolling in. There's Willie.
And you'd still miss it.
5 a stage that don't have throw-ins. You should have fucking clicked on that one, dickhead. Maybe in your ones.
Ones do, yeah.
I was going to say,
do.
of course you do.
That's
All the ones in the wheelchairs take the penalties.
Not in wheelchairs. That's something else.
Is there nobody with cerebral palsy in a wheelchair?
Not anyone on the team, no. I'm not saying
That's the manager.
I'm not saying there's anyone in the world with cerebral palsy who's on the wheelchair.
Is that dodgeball? Yeah. The manager's in a wheelchair, isn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Patches
not
over now.
right. I just mixed it up with you. I'm sorry.
You mixed up my football team with the movie Dodgeball. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll be back next week. Anything else to add?
Bye.
See you next week.
Come on, get closer.
Enjoy it.